Hey guys, I'm Ouroboros. Let's play Persona 3 Reload. It is the first day of October, October 1st, and I can hear people talking. It's finally time to break out the winter uniforms. They're so heavy, my shoulders hurt. At least I found my lapel pin in the pocket. It'd haunt me forever if I couldn't find it. My shoulders have been hurting lately too. Plus, I'm hearing weird voices. Are you hearing dead people? Well, I guess it does kind of check out with this game. And I've also been getting headaches. You're haunted? It is dead people. But it is time for class. And we do have actual class today. We don't just get to skip through all this. I finally get to tell you all about the Masamune date today. Date? Or is that date? I don't know. I don't know Japanese. I was so excited last night I couldn't sleep a wink. Let's not waste any more time. Okay, it's probably date. We'll start with the date's early life. In 1567 at Yonezawa Castle. I'm feeling sleepy. We do need to stay awake. We still need to max out our academics. It is the only stat for so long, so many months. And at age 15, he emerged victorious in his very first battle. Thus began his rise to power. Huh? We're out of time? What's your next class? Composition. Miss Toriumi, eh? Well, I'm sure she'll forgive me if I bring her some cake. So let's continue with, well, not much of a lecture, but at least he's an enthusiastic teacher. That's all that matters sometimes, even if he is holding us back and can only think about the samurai. It's after school though, classes ended for the day. Junpei has something to say. Man, I'm getting nervous about our next mission again, so I keep falling asleep during class. I don't think that's why. We're gonna hang out with Yukari today. Hey there, you heading home? I was thinking of swinging by the strip mall. You wanna join me? Yes, I do. Let's go. All right, let's get going then. I'm not really in the mood for ramen. What else can we get to eat?
I don't know about the Net Cafe. Why don't we go someplace else? Wait, let me see how much money I have. Oh no! Where's my wallet? Did I drop it? But when? I had it when I pulled out my train pass. Wait, someone bumped into me outside the station. Sorry, I'm gonna go back there and look around. It'll just take a minute. Make sure you wait right here, okay? I'll be fine, so don't come after me. Stay right there, you got it?
Yukari vehemently warned me and ran off. What should I do? So if you change your answers, like the answers that you pick here slightly change things, so I'm gonna be dumb. I'm just gonna follow the guide so that I don't do something dumb. I'm gonna go look around, because I would hate to mess something up. I'm starting to get weird looks. It doesn't seem like she's coming back. Did something happen? Let's go look for her. I decided to go check up on her.
What'd you say? You better shut your mouth, bitch!
If you don't behave, you'll lose more than just your wallet.
I don't like any of these answers. What's going on?
Hey, didn't I tell you to wait back there?
Huh? Who the hell are you?
I'm gonna go with her friend.
We've got no business with a measly buddy. If you don't want to get hurt, then get lost.
The hell? You're asking for a beatdown!
Thanks.
Great animation, Atlas. Instead of beating them up, you just fade to black. Yukari seems appreciative. It seems we've grown closer. She didn't seem very appreciative, but hey, what do I know? With that, we've unlocked Lovers rank 5.
That was a little intense, though. You didn't have to beat them up so badly. Hey, why'd you come after me? Didn't I say to wait? Did you think I needed saving? I'm not helpless, you know? I got my wallet back by myself. I didn't need your help.
Oh, boy. Yeah, this is part of the reason why people don't like Yukari a lot. She can be a bit of a bitch at times. Like, we showed up, we helped her, and she's just like, why do you think I'm some poor defenseless girl? Sorry.
Don't apologize. I should be the one saying sorry, and thank you. I'll just go on ahead. I'm alright now. Sorry again. See you.
I saw Yukari off and then returned to the dorm. Alright, well, here we are, back at the dorm, after that interesting social link. Hey. Oh. Hey. I don't know if I've mentioned this yet. I can't remember exactly when this happens. It might be in that link. So there are times, and this is, I can't remember if this is in P4, but it's definitely in P3, where you can get a reversed social link. Basically, if you pick a really, really wrong option, I'm assuming it's you're a girl, so that would probably be a pretty awful thing to say. You can reverse your social link, which means you have to hang out with them a bunch, like way more than normal to get back on track with them, and it actually advanced the social link. I know at some point you can reverse Yukari's. I think that's one of them. This can also happen with a few other social links here and there. It's not really common. I know in past versions of P3, you can actually like break the social link where you just can't progress it anymore if you pick a really bad option, or if you fail to save them in Tartarus. But we will definitely see more of that later. I will be sure to point those out as they pop up. I feel like the options are generally pretty obvious. There actually was, in my own personal playthrough of Portable, there was a time where I reversed Yukari's social link really late into it because it was one of those weird moments where you pick the option and the text doesn't match the tone that you in your head would say it, and she took it really badly. And I was just like, okay. That's always the worst okay. Anyway, I guess in order to be victorious, it would be best to start strategizing now. Though we may be strong, as they say, we should not be complacent. We will be looking to you so that everyone can fight to the best of our abilities. How do you think Strega's gonna come at us this time? Since Chidori's on my side now, they don't have anyone to give him support. They're like a jockstrap without a protective cup. Jesus Christ, I didn't need that picture in my head. So we have midterms this month. There should be a rule against exams being too soon after an operation. Well, go talk to Mitsuru about that. Wonder how many shadows there will be this time. At most, I think there will be 2. But if it's 2 powerful ones, it's gonna be a tough fight. How about we spend our last bit of time before on that strength training? That's a good idea. We're going to go to Tartarus tonight, in case you didn't tell. It's about time for a full moon. Are you ready? Kind of. We're gonna get there. Well, there's still plenty of time to prep yourself. No need to panic. Okay. Where am I gonna go? I'm gonna head over to Club Escapade. Yeah, so reversing social links is great. Oh god. What do you guys have to say? She's a little too into this fortune-telling stuff. I don't think it's good for her. Well, you should stop her. Yeah, I should confront her, huh? Yes, you should. I think I'm depending on Mama too much these days. There are other people who want to have their fortunes told, so I can't hog her all to myself. I guess for now, I'll stick with the fortunes you get from TV and magazines. Those never come true, though. This sounds like a self-fulfilling prophecy. I'm gonna go ahead and grab one because, why not? I'll probably go with the rarity fortune. That's the one I typically go for. You can just choose whichever one you want. It doesn't really matter, but I can't remember. Did I grab this from you? Yeah, you want to grab the assassin sight note. I couldn't remember if I got it or not. So it's, oh, and also the history website note. It's usually a good idea to just grab those whenever you can. It's not like it matters all that much. Obviously, you want to grab them before you, like, you can't grab them after you need to use them. But we only use the computer at nighttime, and Escapade is open at night. I don't think it's closed any days. But with all of those things out of the way, where is Fuuka? Is she upstairs? I need to talk to Fuuka, because I need to go to Tartarus. Let's go to Tartarus. All right, let's meet up in the usual place. and the Hermit Tarot is reacting. It's been added to shuffle time. This just increases your max SP, which is obviously nice. I think I'll probably just stick with this group because these are our 3 newest members. I know we're kind of rocking the all-boys club, but it can't be that bad. I've cleared all the Menage chambers, right? Yeah. Sent someone on a higher floor. Yeah, I forgot I have the knife. It's so goofy. All right, dead end. Let's check it out. And you guys, you know the drill at this point. The gears go woobly woobly whoop, and the stairs go weebly weebly weep, and we have access to new parts of Tartarus. I mean, Elizabeth already told us that, but it's formulaic. Well, Persona is. I don't want to say. Shinji has a stop sign. I just realized. I love the goofy weapons. I've definitely shown. I definitely had these equipped at some point. Akihiko gets a. He gets a set of boxing gloves that's a Jack Frost and a jack-o'-lantern, which is just hilarious. I love it to death. I love the goofy items like in Persona or in like Monster Hunter has a bunch of really goofy weapons. You weak to fire? Nope. I don't know. It's just, it's charming. It makes things interesting. Crit? No. It's fine. But yes, oh god. Am I super over-leveled? I guess we will find out. But that was surprisingly easy. Antibiotic gel. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and get started on Persona bios. I feel like I've yapped enough about the game and social links and reversing them and all that good stuff. So I'm gonna start off on bios. This first one is Thoth. Thoth. So Thoth is one of many Egyptian gods. I'm gonna say he is one of the most important of them. He is tasked with maintaining the universe and maintaining balance and also settling disputes between the gods. And he also opposes Seth, who is the god of chaos, which we will see Seth. I like Seth, cool persona. In-game, Thoth has a great magic stat. You also get Zyonga and Mazionga, so good electric attacker. You get Megiddo. Megiddo, I feel like the almighty skills are generally pretty useful in Reload as opposed to other games because of these little assholes. Because they like to resist a lot of different affinities. You also get Concentrate at level 45. You get 2 blocks. You do get 2 weaknesses. I generally speaking like using Thoth. I feel like, I don't know. Generally, because of that good magic stat and good electric skills, you can kind of find a niche for him on any team, especially as an electric attacker. Kind of like Thunderbird in a way, but less hyper optimized for electric damage. Ken's using a mop. We're just using all the goofy weapons right now. So, yes, that is Thoth. That is Thoth. And Cerberus gets Getsu A, which that is the... I'm on the wrong person. That is the full moon. Yes, okay, so that'll be really good coming up. Let me grab this. And there are the stairs. I think I saw another golden shadow. No, did I not? I'll continue exploring the floor just in case. And that gives me time to talk about the next persona on the list. This is Satan Taisei. Satan Taisei. Yet another DLC persona. So, Satan Taisei is also known as Sun Wukong. Oh! Shut up, Satan Taisei. I'm getting a reading of a person. Please go secure them right away. Yes, this is one of the... quite the shift in atmosphere. It's more like ruins this time. Just like before, the enemies are stronger than they were below here. Stay sharp. Okay, yes, so... Have we seen a social link? I think Maiko was here recently. But yes, this is Bunkichi. I don't remember, but if you don't save him... If you do not save him, I will go ahead and take you back. If you don't save him before the full moon, you just lose access to that social link forever. You can't advance the Hierophant anymore. So if you ever see a social link in Tartarus, you gotta save them or you lose access to all of that story and all that content for the rest of the game. So don't sleep on saving people from Tartarus. Anyway, Satan Taisei, also known as Sun Wukong, which I feel like is the more common name. His name translates to Great Sage, Equal of Heaven, which is one hell of a title, I guess. Satan Taisei broke into the underworld and crossed his and his people's names off the record of the living souls, and this granted all of them immortality. And obviously, that doesn't, that not good. Obviously very trickster-y. And he was eventually imprisoned by the Buddha himself. In-game, unlike some of the other DLC personas, you do not get a driver skill. You don't get a driver skill for Satan Taisei, which is,
Looks like that one will be tough to
I'm gonna
beat.
grab the chest and ignore you. Satan Taisei does get a lot of good skills, though, to make up for not having a driver skill. You get, as this clock happens, you get Auto Tarukaja, and eventually that Auto Tarukaja can be upgraded into Auto Matarukaja, which is one of the best skills in the game, especially for these random little fights here and there. You get Charge, which is fantastic. You also get Wild Thunder, which is severe electric damage to all foes, which is very, very, very strong, especially for right now. That's actually probably the strongest electric attack in the game. There's not a massive electric skill. So yes, I guess Wild Thunder would technically be the strongest electric attack in the game. And we're about halfway through the game right now, so yeah, that's very good. You also get Gigantic Fist, which is heavy strike damage to all foes. So you've got a lot of good options with Satan Taisei. Not gonna be insanely busted like some of the other ones, but still very good. What happened is too dark to make anything out. The entire floor is pitch black. Please use your map and tread carefully. Okay, I'm gonna try to not mess this up. Oh, look at that. Oh, there may be items worth gathering on this floor, so keep an eye out. Yes, ma'am, Fuka. So I will say, I do apologize if I cough a lot over there. Oh my god, you're not alone. It's just a shadow. So, when you're in the darkness, the dark zone, it says your peripheral vision may occasionally become enshrouded in darkness. With your vision obscured, you'll need to use your map to find your way around. Fortunately, enemies can't see you either. So, that makes it easy. You also get a lot of Twilight Fragments because you get a lot of those little sculpture things. And to show off that the enemies can't really see me, I can just run right past them. Look at that. Wow! Thrilling gameplay! Basically, Metal Gear Solid levels of stealth. Ooh, but I've got you. I definitely want to whack you. I don't even remember what I was talking... Oh, right. I apologize if my voice ends up being not so great. I don't know what's going on with me. Like, I feel fine, except my throat has just been obscenely scratchy for, like, the past week. I mean, I guess I'm just a little mucusy, but I don't feel bad. I don't, like, have a temperature or anything. So... I don't know. Like, I feel perfectly fine other than the scratchy throat. And it's not like it gets better throughout the day or something. No, it's just been staying scratchy and just kind of gross for a week. So sorry if I end up just like hacking up a lung. It's just how it goes sometimes. But because of the nature of this format, I do kind of have to record very frequently. I can't just take a day to, well, I mean, I guess it's been about a week since I've really recorded. But I always like spreading these Tartarus days up across multiple, like, real-life days because I don't like recording for 3 hours in a single day. That's just a little much for my taste. It wouldn't be the first time I've done that, and nothing will ever compare to the 5.5-hour episode that was Christmas Eve for Persona 5, and having to manage all of the different route changes and everything, but... I don't know what to do here. I'll just Getsue, I guess. Yes, that was like a week-long project. Fortunately, I had a lot of time off because of the holidays, but that was a mammoth. Next up on the Persona Bio list is Kahulin. I think I'm saying that right. Kahulin is a hero from Scottish folklore and is the more well-known name of Setanta. I think we've gone over Setanta already, but just as a bit of a reminder, Kahulin trained under Skaha, and a prophecy stated that his heroic deeds would bring him fame, but he would die at an early age, so kind of like a Scottish Achilles, if you want to say that. He single-handedly fought against Queen Maeve's armies, and did, like the prophecy said, he did eventually fall in battle. So very heroic death and all that. I didn't get the ambush there. Stat-wise, very good physical attacker. You've got Chiarge, you've got... what else do you have? You have Dekaja, which I always like having. It's just nice to have. Myriad Arrows, I guess. It's weak pierce damage to all foes 2 to 5 times. Shift Amp is okay, I guess. I feel like Shift Amp is kind of awkward to have on your wild card. I feel like it's better to have on other party members, but what do I know? You do have good affinities, though. I would recommend fusing some physical skills into Kahulin, just because Myriad Arrows, I don't like the multi... How do I say this? The skills that hit multiple times, I feel that they are just too inconsistent, and I'm somebody who really values consistency in my personas, so I tend to not use those as much, even if, like, they probably will end up dealing more damage. I would rather know how much a skill is going to deal so that I can better plan for that when I'm facing stronger enemies, if that makes sense. Like, I'd rather know that I'm not going to kill than try to bank on hitting multiple times and just whiffing. So, yes, Kahulin, always going to be a good pick, at least if memory serves me correct. It's typically a good pick whenever the option presents itself in most, if not all, Persona games. I feel like it's never, like, a top-tier Persona, but it's almost always, like, solid whenever you get it. Anyway, Anubis is next. Anubis, you know him, you love him. Anubis is the Egyptian god of death. He would judge those in the afterlife using his scale, and is frequently seen in hieroglyphics and tombs and stuff. Priests would also wear a mask of him during mummification rituals, which I feel like is an interesting choice, just wearing the head of a god while you're dealing with dead bodies, but... I mean, I also didn't live in ancient Egypt, so cultural difference, I guess. Oh, man. But it's fine. Anyway, you get a lot of damage. Well, you basically get damaging and insta-kill light and dark skills. You get Growth 2. You get Makara Karn, which is a choice if you want to use Makara Karn. You get 2 blocks and no weaknesses. Anubis has always struck me as just, like, solid, but I always wanted more out of it. I guess if you're looking for insta-kill skills, this is definitely the Persona to get, but I don't know. I always wanted more from this thing. Ooh. I think I'm gonna Power Howling into Shinjiro's, what's it called? His Theurgy. I know I can use Bloody Charge, but this way I can just get everybody charged up and then... Oh, I hope you don't reflect shit. I really hope you don't reflect shit. I didn't think about this. We are gonna Cruel Attack, just in case you do reflect something I don't end up killing myself. Please don't. No. I guess if it's a Theurgy... Ah, shit. No weakness? Okay. Wow, that didn't deal too much. Okay, we are Bing chilling, hopefully. No, you use the Zeo skill. Why did I do that? You probably... Yeah, you absorb it. Okay, well, that was a waste of 3 turns. I'm going to Oracle, try to buff up, and nuke this thing with Shinjiro. Because he's so good, and that's why they kept him from us for so long. Because he just kind of breaks stuff with his sign or a chair. How much is it gonna do? We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. Come on, Shinji. Whack. Oh, what else has happened? What else has happened? Yep, that's what happens. It is nice to finally max out a confidant. Not a confidant. A social link. We maxed out the Hermit social link. I believe that was the first one. I'm surprised we haven't maxed out Kenji yet, because it feels like he has been around for a while. Do I have any good Garu attackers? Probably Clotho. That's probably my best bet. Oh, boy. But I feel like during these Tartarus runs, it's just kind of... I don't want to say awkward, but it's like, I feel like there's so much to talk about, and yet I don't... Oh... I'm gonna go with the Fool. I feel like I don't want to... like, there's things I want to talk about, but I can't exactly spoil things that are gonna happen. And I will say, the next full moon, and this isn't spoiling anything, because I'm not gonna say anything specific, the next full moon is really, really great. A lot of people really remember this full moon fight just because of what happens and everything. But I'm excited for it. I actually... so, when... I'm just gonna go to the next floor. When I do full moons, I do live premieres of them, which is fun. I forgot about the last one. It just completely slipped my mind. That's the only time I've like really forgotten about something in this series. I think so, at least. I don't know how I missed it. I just did, and I was just like, oh right, that because usually I'll like check my phone and at lunch or something and see like, oh, you know, has anybody commented today? Things like that, random stuff like that. And then I realized, oh, I haven't posted. Like, something didn't go up today. And then my first thought was, oh shit, did I like post the wrong date for the upload schedule? And then I looked, I was like, oh, there's a full moon tonight. I was like, I should not forget about this. And then I forgot. It just completely, what is it called? Slipped my mind. That's what I was looking for. It's hard to talk and play games. You'd think it wouldn't be, but I do wish I could, like, I don't know necessarily like bring somebody in, but also just have somebody to play with during these episodes, because I feel like it would make it more interesting, and I would love to live stream these episodes. Oh, well, I guess there's a teleporter here. I would love to have somebody to play with. I don't know how that would work though, and I think it'd be really awesome to like bring a new person in every single time, like almost a like a guest who is also in the Persona YouTube-ish community. There's another gatekeeper floor, but this one's far more intimidating than anything we've seen. Focus on weaknesses, fundamentals. Yeah. I'm gonna self Aura. Oh, why not? But I think that'd be a really cool idea, just to bring in somebody, or maybe even like share my screen on Discord and talk to you guys about that. I think that'd be awesome. Oh, maybe I should try that on the next Tartarus run. Once this gets posted, if you would like to do that, if you'd like me to share my screen, and then we can just, I don't know how I would record that. Oh, that'd be hard. Oh, I don't know how I would do that. You guys are usually weak to Slash, right? Because I record my audio separate from the game, just so that I can edit everything later. Oh, lovely. Just so that I can edit everything later, it just makes it easier on my end to like adjust volume and stuff. Oh, I don't know how I would do that. I wonder if there's a way in Audacity to like select what I want to record from. Well, I guess I have a month to figure it out if you guys want to do that, but I think that'd be cool. I guess I would have to like schedule it, and then from there like line everything up, if that makes sense. Because like I said, usually with these Tartarus runs, I record it. Well, sometimes I do it in one day, but most of the time it's a 2-day endeavor. But I would also have to do bios during that time, and I don't know. That would... I'm gonna bloody charge. That would be interesting. I think that'd be a lot of fun, because it would kind of further that... Don't do something stupid. That would stop attack upping. No. Oh, I needed a Kaja. I was talking about Takaja being good. Did I have anybody with Takaja? I have Takunda. Please? Do I really don't have it, do I? Do I have a Kaja clear? Oh, I should probably do that. I think that'd be cool. It would be tricky. I'd have to work on the logistics of it, but it would kind of go along with this idea of me enjoying, like, the community aspect of it. Damn it. Maybe? I don't know what to do here. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and go into the next bio. I think I can do this and also do this fight at the same time. So next is Osei. Money distributor, you asshole. Is Osei. So Osei is the 57th demon in the Ars Gotia, which we have talked a lot about. He appears as a leopard, but then turns into a man, and when summoned will answer questions that the summoner has for reasons. He can also shapeshift others at the will of the summoner, but the victim won't know. Or he can make the victim think they've been transformed, but only for an hour. This is a really, really, really weird persona, and I remember this when I did the P5 bio, like reading all this stuff on it on the SMT wiki, and in my head I'm just going, like, what the hell is this? And I really should have healed with Ken, but it's okay. In-game, you get multi-target boost, which stacks well with Deathbound, which is severe slash damage to all foes. And that's kind of all you need. I mean, you throw charge on that, maybe like an auto Tarokaja, apt pupil, stuff like that, and you're gonna be set. So that's Osei. And there's definitely a good, oh, what was his name? Is it Josh Anderson? Anyway, so everyone up until now has defeated lots of enemies like the one now. Just shit. When fighting enemies stronger than you, is there anything important to keep in mind? Well, there's a lot. That's a terrible answer. That's true, but I have to train more and get stronger. There's not much time. Monokun, there's no need to be worried. It's fine to start out slow and steady. I appreciate your concern, but if he's saying he wants to get stronger, then let him do what he wants. He's long made up his mind, since he's here and all. Ain't that right? Yes. There you have it. If you're really worried about him, then back him up. Understood. Sorry, Monokun. Just let me know if you have any trouble with anything. Yes, of course. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate your support. Wow, look at us being a team with our knife and our broom and our stop sign. And people have low HP and I need to heal. But I could probably find a teleporter soon-ish and bring it back. Who should I give the ballistic vest to? We'll give it to the child so that he doesn't get shot. I guess this isn't the American school system, so we don't need to really worry about that right now. But you know what? There's a tank! You never know! Oh, God. And no rest in between. Okay. This is someone on a higher floor. Yeah. I'm gonna Sylphid Aura again. The tanks are usually weak to electric, I think. But, I mean, there's no way to know. Maybe we'll get shot. It's a good thing we have the ballistic vest. You're usually weak to electric. Typically block fire. Typically block physical skills. I'm gonna go for the Ega, I guess. I don't think there's really a good move with Koromaru here. Oh, Lord, please have mercy. Okay, we're good. It's fine. 3 bullets. That's unfortunate. I'm gonna just fish for affinity stuff here. So, next persona on the bio list is Ganga. Ganga is the Hindu goddess of India's Ganges rivers. I think that's the right pronunciation of everything. So there are a bunch of different stories surrounding her. Ooh, Makara Karn. That might be good. Surrounding her birth. Usually represented as a beautiful woman who rides on the back of the monster, Makara, and for some reason doesn't get Makara Karn after having Makara, does not get Makara Karn, which is sad, but it is what it is. you get... probably shouldn't have Revolution there. That was dumb. You get really meh skills here, mostly focusing on inflicting confuse, like Tentarafu, Confuse Boost, Neuro Slash, things like that. I mean, I don't like the hyperfixation on using, like having one persona that's only for inflicting ailments. I mean, I guess in terms of like optimization, that's the best way to do it, but realistically, I don't like statuses. I feel like they're too situational. I guess it's nice to have those in like your compendium so that if you need them, you can always pull them out. But if like this, at least in terms of the main game, there are so few times where I've ever had to worry about statuses. I just tend to ignore them, which maybe is because I'm not playing on the hardest difficulty. Maybe I'll need them when I get into the super boss at the end of the game. I don't really know. I haven't done it yet. I enjoyed doing the super boss in P5 live on camera for the first time, so that's what I did. We'll find out. I mean, there's always, with Persona Super Bosses, there's always a strategy that you have to follow. Like, there's rules, I guess. And I really need to heal. No, I don't. I'm fine. Like, there's rules that you have to follow. And I did look those up because I don't want to spend just a ton of time banging my head against the wall, because that would be annoying. So, oh, you charge. Okay, I'd love to finish this right now. I loaded 1 bullet. That's Garula, I guess. Anyway, we're almost done with this fight. Next persona is Samael, Archangel, known to be a seducer and destroyer, and its name means poison of God. In Judaism, also known as the Angel of Death, which, like, Jesus, that's heavy. Angel of Death. God sent him to retrieve Moses' soul, and I'm gonna theurgy here just to make sure. Moses, when he sent him to take Moses' soul, Moses beat him with a staff with God's true name on it. And I read that, and in my head, I was just thinking of an old man whacking somebody with a cane, like, just like an old man encountering the Grim Reaper and being like, no, I'm not ready, and just whacking him with the cane. And if God did eventually have to come and take his soul away, Samael could possibly be the angelic name of Satan, but almost always Samael is depicted as an angel. Stat-wise, you get dark skills mostly, you've got good affinities. Nothing super notable in terms of stats or skills, but if you need a dark attacker, it's there. Koromaru's excited. He seems happy we won. Woof. Yeah, good boy. Exceptional dialogue. He's proud of himself. Okay, he's barking. Don't get me wrong, he's charming, but like, I would much rather have a human party member. Or if there was just like less emphasis on him, because why am I watching a dog bark in a game? It's just a little much. But I'm gonna go down, I'm gonna swap my party out a little bit. I'm gonna keep Shinjiro in my party just because I like using Shinjiro. But I know that that's the wrong screen. I know that Aigis and Junpei got the clock level ups. So I'm gonna grab them, and we're just gonna go full Unga Bunga physical attackers. Because why not? What's the worst that could happen? I don't need healing. I can just... I mean, do you really need to heal if the enemy dies before it's their turn? I don't think so. Consecutive battles really test your endurance, but it's such a relief when it's all over.
Oh, there's a treasure chest.
We got a locked treasure chest, but I don't care. I'm gonna whack this guy. Next persona. This is another DLC. This is Hecate. As this loads really slowly. Hecate is the Greek, and I hope I'm saying this right, chthonic goddess of magic and witchcraft. She is also associated with womanhood and children. Hecate appears in Macbeth as the Queen of the Three Witches, and it's speculated that she wasn't in it originally and was actually added later on in the play. Yes, it's a play. Stat-wise, you get Concentrate and Blazing Hell, which is severe fire damage to all foes, so this is kind of like, what was his name? Satan Taisei, in a way, where you get, instead of charge, Wait, no, do you get charge? No, charge doesn't matter for it, because it's I'm an idiot. Never mind, ignore my ramblings. Concentrate in Blazing Hell, which is severe fire damage to all foes. Also gets Agidyne. No driver skill, but does that really matter when you can just nuke with fire? And I get a ton of skills. I guess get rid of Power Slash. I should get a better skill for it soon. Yes, Blade of Fury. Never mind, that's not single targets. Shift Boost. Okay, this is actually a skill that I really like having on my party members, because I typically shift to them from Makoto. I get Fast Hill on Palladian. I get Maraku Kaja, which is good. I guess it's really good at buffing your party. That's all foes. And then that should be all the skills that we get. Yes, okay, so we're all good. Shinjiro has no health. I guess I'm going to be healing with Makoto. Like I said, who needs healing when the enemy dies before it's their turn? This is the full Unga Bunga party. Don't you love it? Jesus. I love the different party comps in this game. I think it's fun, and I love messing around with different things. Anyway, next persona is Dominion. Dominion is the 4th rank of angels, and they watch over nations and also regulate the... they regulate the lesser angels, and that's actually, surprisingly, all really the background I have on Dominion. You get light, damage, and insta-kill skills. It's an angel, it's how they go, which is kind of annoying. You do get light and Hama boost, though, which is helpful. I guess I can let Aigis go. You do get light and Hama boost, which synergize real well with, you know, the only skills that it gets. It does get Sama Recarm, which is, like, full revival. I don't typically use the Recarm skills because they take up a skill slot when you can just use an item. And at this point, as you can see, money is very plentiful in P3. It's definitely much stingier than something like Royal, where it's just you're balling out in cash within like 3 months of playing the game. But the older Persona games are a little stingier. I mean, yeah, I don't really have anything else to say about Dominion. It's an angel. You kind of know what you're getting into. Next is... I'm going to use physical skills, because why not? Next is Kaiwan. This is a deity worshipped by some of the Israelites. Comes from the Book of Amos. Name also comes from Saturn and the Mesopotamian god Ninurta. I hope I said that right and didn't just, like, wildly offend some people. It also appears in Lovecraftian literature and is another name for Hastur, which is a persona who is not in this game, but Hastur is in Royal, a very late game of Royal. Not in Reload. Yeah, I believe Hastur was added in Royal, like it hasn't appeared in the series before. Anyway, in game, Kaiwan is literally just so unbelievably meh. Like, nothing about this persona stands out to me. I mean, you get Virus Breath and Invigorate 2. And I'm not exaggerating. That's literally all of the notes, and I don't really want to go into a Monador with only physical attackers. I feel like that's just asking for me to wipe. Yeah, Kaiwan is just so unbelievably forgettable if it wasn't for its design. Is that? It's definitely a shadow, but this is the first I've seen of its type. That's a chest. Oh. Oh, you asshole, you stole my stuff. I forgot this was a thing.
What?
Huh? What the? I lost a signal from one of the treasure chests. Could it be a shadow snatching up the treasure on this floor? Oh, it's on now. Could it be attracted to the loot somehow? Oh, the shadow's on the move now. It's headed your way. Brace for combat. And I hate that animation. Why is it? I don't know. All right, well, it's a big hand. Okay. Seems like some kind of rare shadow. Shocking size to it though, right? Yet it got away. Given its size, I imagine defeating it would be well worth our while. What do you say? It was so big and golden and shiny. Almost larger than life. What's your decision, Makoto? Let's hunt it down. Oh. While exploring these shadows, amass items by looting treasure chests, so expect greater rewards for defeating them than rare shadows. always scampering helter-skelter, so catching them is a matter of luck. If you lose sight at one juncture, track them to the best of your ability. Even when one slips away, they will sometimes drop items. The more correct guesses you make on which way they go at junctures, the more... Oh, this is this? I thought we've already seen this before. Okay, well, never mind. I know what this is. Yes, you can just follow it. I'm gonna go left, I think. And we run. I think this is just random. You're slowly catching up. I don't think I've really found a pattern. I'm gonna go left again. I mean, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's just up to RNG at this point. I don't know why it would make you lose on the tutorial of it, though. It's slowing down just a little more. Basically, what I do is, like, so you saw that we saw a little bit of the left there when we turned, and it wasn't over there. I just go the opposite way. I don't know if that's actually what you're supposed to do, but that's what I do. But once we do eventually catch up to the big hand, it stops, and it turns around, and we get to beat the crap out of it, especially with a team full of physical attackers. I'm just gonna whack it. Anyway, next persona is Mercurius. Is this just Mercury? I don't know why they called it Mercurius. Another DLC persona. Mercurius is the Roman god of speed, merchants, and the messenger god. He is seen as a symbol of the human unconscious and the mental world. Wow, I wonder what game this comes from. Mercury is also often associated with the Philosopher's Stone and alchemy, and its Roman equivalent... Oh, it is the Roman equivalent to Hermes. So Hermes is the Greek version, and Mercury is the Roman version. Stat-wise, you get something called Anti-Electric Master, which gives you resist electric for 3 turns, which is interesting. It does eliminate its weakness for 3 turns. You get Vacuum Wave, which is severe wind damage to all foes. However, the big thing with Mercury is its healing skills. You get Mediarama, which is a great late game. That's multi-target medium healing, in case you didn't know. You also get Sama Recarm, and you get Salvation. Salvation is the best healing skill in the game. It is a full heal. I mean, you can't revive, but it's... Everybody goes up to their max HP, or... No, sorry. Salvation is single target? Maybe it's multi-target. I can't remember. It's a full HP. It also clears all statuses. Reed Shadow defeated. Nice job. We managed to recover the treasure it was hoarding too. So that's Mercurius. Really, I mean, you get wind skills, but it's mainly focusing on the healing stuff. And we do have a full grasp of this floor's layout. And Fuuka takes us right to... Oh! There's another one! Kill his child! Anyway. Next persona is Naga Raja. I've also seen this as the other way around, Raja Naga. I think it switches between games, and I can't remember which one it is for this. This is one of the many leaders of the Nagas and appears in both Hinduism and Buddhism. They also protect and worship Buddha himself. And I'm going to grab this Emperor card. In-game, you get Noel Pierce. You also get Mazionga. Cruel Attack is okay. I feel like we're kind of getting some duds recently with the different personas that we're close to. We are going to get some really good ones soon, so just hang tight. I'm sensing another strong presence. It's still a ways off, though. I wonder how far I have to go for this chunk. I should probably have looked that up. I can actually look up at my... So originally, I had made my own calendar in a spreadsheet, and then I realized that I was just copying what is on the guide that I use, and realized that it just didn't make a difference, and I don't know why I would do this. But I do have a few things on here. So I need to reach floor 144. I think I was on 130, so I've got like 14 floors left, something around there. I also have big in all caps. Yeah, I'm on 130. I have big in all caps, do all Tartarus rescues or you lose social link. Which is, yes, I feel like I stressed that enough already. But 144, so I have about 14 floors left. I will chill out on the BIOS for a little bit and just chit-chat with you all. So, like I said, if you are interested in that whole Discord chat thing, I don't know, just let me know. I think that'd be cool. I don't know how exactly I would set that up. I don't know if I would do it for the next Tartarus run. Oh, fantastic. I don't know if I'd do it for the next Tartarus run, but I think it'd be fun to do for at least one, perhaps. But I'm always open to new ideas. I have had somebody ask me, I get this question a lot, just like in YouTube comments, but in case you haven't heard or didn't know or are new or whatever, my next project is not going to be Persona related. Yes, Revival kind of threw a wrench in my plans. I was intending to do Golden next, and I was like, oh, it'll be fine. Like, there won't be another Persona remake announced anytime soon. And then Revival got announced. It looks like it's still very early in the development, but I want to mix things up a little bit. I feel like I don't want to say that I've, like, gotten everything I can out of this format, but I do feel like I'm ready for a bit of a change. Oh, why did I do this? I just need to... I'm so dumb. My brain is not working. I just need to drink some soda. Okay, we're good. I also always save here. There's literally no reason not to come back and save because you can just jump back to right where you were. And I don't like losing tons and tons of progress. Oh. I'm glad I went back. Yes, it threw a wrench in my plans. So I think my next series is going to be a little, I don't know how to say this. A little more of a meme-y playthrough, just kind of goofy, not really super serious. But anyway, I did have some questions roll in recently. So it's the 26th. I had a handful of questions roll in on like the 25th or something. So I'll go ahead and answer some of these right now. I don't remember which ones I've answered. I think I answered... Which ones of these have I answered? I don't remember. Okay, I think I left off on this one from Miles. Miles always asks the weirdest questions. So his first of many questions is, if Mango and Shrimp teamed up to fry rice, could it get Gordon Ramsay's approval? It depends on whether or not they left the rice in the fridge to dry out overnight. So Knack asks, if you could create an ultimate party of 4 members from across the Persona games, who would it be? So in terms of like just in-game stuff, like I don't like to do like the weird power scaling stuff. I feel like it's just not important or relevant, or I mean, it's not like we can tell who's the stronger wild card between games or whatever. Just like purely off the gameplay. I would take Joker for my wild card. I mean, I guess, okay, if you want to just pick wild cards, you could just do that, but that's no fun. I pick Joker as my wild card strictly because you get, what are they called? You get traits. You get traits in Royal, which I love traits. I think they're a lot of fun, and I wish they would have used them in Reload, but they didn't, and that makes me angry. You also get access to Nuke and Psi skills, and you also get Gun, which is just fun. So I picked Joker as my wild card. I feel like Yukiko has to be an obvious choice because she's just good at everything. So she's magic and healing. Physical attacker. Shinjiro would be up there. Shinjiro would be up there. I feel like Ryuji would also be up there. Oh, but I get Bloody Charge. I'd probably go with Shinjiro as my physical attacker. The problem is that I haven't played P4 very much, and I don't know those characters super well. Although I do know Yukiko. So I've got one from each game. I guess the only thing that would be left would be just, like, general support. Makoto's really good in P5. Oh, I think Aegis would probably be my other pick. Probably. I mean, she's got really good support skills. She's got her Theurgy. She's got... She's got good physical skills, so yeah, that would probably be my party. Maybe? That would probably be my party. So that's Joker, Shinjiro, Aigis, and Yukiko. I mean, that's a pretty even spread across the games. I feel like that's a good party. I've never played on any of the really hard difficulty levels, like the top level. I typically just play on hard, and I don't do like merciless or whatever. It's called something different in every game. I don't typically play on those difficulty levels, so that would be my party. Next, Miles. Miles, do I want to take on this hard enemy? I don't really want to. I'm not in the mood to be challenged. I want everything to be given to me. Anyway, Miles, so I actually had to look this up because I had no idea what he was talking about. Have you played and or watched Blue Prince? I need to find the stairs. Where's the stairs? Have you played and or watched Blue Prince until the final puzzle's done? I had no idea what that meant. I have not played it. I literally hadn't heard of it, which is why I haven't played it. When will you play it? I don't know. I literally learned about this thing recently. I sent someone on a higher floor. I'm going to save. Yeah, I hadn't heard of Blue Prince, so sorry, Miles. Let's go ahead and save so that I am actually going to swap somebody out for this boss fight. I don't want something stupid to happen. I'm going to swap out Junpei for Yukari. And let's head back up. If an actual orchestra were to perform any song from a game you like, what song would it be? It would not be from a Persona game. As much as I love the music from this series, I'm going to Sylphid Aura before I do this. As much as I love the music from this series, it's less orchestral than other games that I really enjoy. Definitely something from an RPG, kind of that style would be really great. I don't know specifically what, though. Oh, you go first! Please don't kill me. That's just a great start. Okay. I can't do anything. Maybe I can heal? Ooh. An actual orchestra. I know... I'm like pretty sure Hans Zimmer did some Call of Duty music at some point. I think that would be really cool. Something from Destiny would be really good. That's a very, very good orchestral soundtrack. Anything from Xenoblade or Zelda. I don't play much of Final Fantasy, but I know the Final Fantasy soundtracks are all really good. Like a One-Winged Angel would be super cool to see live. Yeah. I'm not sure exactly which one, but really anything from those would be super cool. Miles, yet again, out of all the P3 guys, who do you think dresses best? Give me a top 5 or a top 10. I mean, the guys in P5? I feel like Akihiko generally dresses pretty well. He's the only one who really stands out to me as somebody who dresses well. Everybody else just kind of seems like they wear their normal school uniforms, and then Shinjiro just wears the trench coat and the hat. So yeah. Knack asks, if you could do YouTube full-time, would you? Yes, I would. I really, really enjoy this. I think it would be utterly, incredibly stressful because you are kind of beholden to the YouTube algorithm, which I know is kind of the proverbial boogeyman in the YouTube community, but it is tough not tying your self-worth to the view count because YouTube gives you just an obscene amount of analytics with everything that you post. So, yes, if it were something like this where I could just post if I could just like post Persona in real time and that's my job, I'd love to do it. I'd also love to be able to spend more time editing stuff and really post more quality content, but because I have to also be a normal human being, I can't do that as much. There goes that pain in the neck. Want to call it here? No, let's keep going. I'm good. Gotcha. Well, you're the leader. I'll just stick with you. Yes, I would love to do YouTube full-time. I enjoy it. I think it's a lot of fun. It would be stressful to not only tie your self-worth, but also your income and livelihood on whether your content is entertaining to people and whether they simply just click on it. I don't think my YouTube video quality is good enough to be able to do it full time, as evident by the view count. But it would be fun. It is a lot of fun. And if it's something that you've thought of doing, I would strongly recommend just trying it out, because what's the worst that could happen? Like, that was basically my thought process when I started, and I feel like that's the thought process for most people when they first start. You know, this is your wake-up call to make a YouTube channel and scream into the void about random RPGs about high schoolers fighting with mind demons. It's fun. It's enjoyable. It's just a hobby for me, and I don't... The thing that I would worry about is if my hobby became a miserable job, which is always a scary thing when your hobby does become your profession, but it has not gotten to that point, at least for me yet. Frosty says, why did you choose Ouroboros/Oro as your screen name? Yeah, so this is something that I thought about because, so, I didn't really ever have a good, like, gamertag, username, whatever you want to call it. And for a while, so like, when I played Smash with my friend, you have to pick your name. And I would always use my last name as my, I would always use my last name as my tag, because it actually, my last name is something that does kind of work well as a tag. I'm not going to say my last name. You don't even try to guess it. You're not going to get it right. And I was like, well, like, what do I want to... I feel like it should be something related to the games I enjoy or whatever, you know? And I had played... A few years before I started, I played Xenoblade 3, and one of the... Like, the main party is... Like, their thing is they're called Ouroboros. And I was like, that's cool. And I kind of switched around, and that's just kind of what I landed on. I honestly, it was just something. And I wanted to abbreviate it as Oro, because Ouroboros is just kind of, it's kind of a mouthful. And that's how Oro talks, and then eventually Oro plays. It just became a thing. So, yeah, that's how it ended up. I just needed something interesting. It wasn't really like a personal connection. It was just, I needed something that... Ooh, Auto Sukukachi is good. I already have one, but it's good. I just needed something that wasn't taken, to be honest. And it didn't seem like the Oro Talks or Oro Plays was really something that anybody else had. You know, that's part of the problem, is that there's so many YouTube channels at this point that you have to have something that does kind of at least stand out a little bit, and that's just what I settled on. Miles says, lemons? Lemons. Nax says, opinions on Hatsune Miku. I don't listen to Vocaloid stuff. I don't have an issue with it. It's just not my thing. And then Miles, literally, while I was recording this, says, what are your opinions on Kasane Teto? Teto? I'm gonna Google this live. What is this? A virtual singer character who originated as an April Fool's Day joke in 2008. I don't have opinions. I literally don't have any. So, congratulations, Miles, on giving me two things that I literally didn't know about in this question segment. I'm not, as much as I play Persona and love JRPGs and stuff, I'm not super familiar with, like, the more Japanese pop culture side of things. I just like playing the games, I guess. I don't know. And I guess I've learned more about Japanese culture doing the playing the Persona series. Is this gonna kill? Yeah, I should be good. The cleaver. Anyway, that's enough for questions for now. I'll probably finish this episode tomorrow, because I have been going for a little over an hour at this point, and it took me like 15 minutes to set up all my stuff today. I don't know why. It just took a while to get situated with all these electronics and devices and shit. And I'll probably, I know it says 140, but I also got to do fusions, and I've got to do all the Monad chamber stuff and all that stuff. So once I get to the next teleporter, I'm probably gonna call it quits for the evening, and then finish it tomorrow, because it is Friday. It is Friday, and I can finish it on Saturday. Because I am miserably alone, I have no friends, and I yell into the YouTube for fun. No, I'm okay. I have friends. I don't want to fight you. I don't know why I'm being such a little bitch with all of these strong shadows and Monad doors today, but I am. I don't care. I've got enough gear. I've got enough levels. I do need to worry about the compendium completion, which is why I do kind of want to get back to the entrance so that I can save and then fuse stuff. But, oh, perfect. Perfect timing. Wow. And there's a little chest here. Am I going to get a great clock with this? I'm going to say no. Survey says no. That's okay. I've got my party. I'm going to kill this shadow. I didn't get the ambush. Next Persona bio. This is Lechesis. This is one of the fates from Greek mythology. I think we've talked about the fates before. They basically control people's fate, like when they die and stuff, so kind of the same thing there. She is the middle child, so she is kind of forgotten more than the other two, so sorry, middle child syndrome, how it goes. In-game, you get Magarula, you get Soul Chain, which is +5 SP when you're on the receiving end of a shift. You get Mediarama, you get Marakunda, you get Masuku Kaja. So you do get a lot of good support skills here, and you do have a good magic stat. So this is definitely one of the more solid options you can get right now, which is nice because I feel like the last few have been not great. So I think I am gonna save the rest of the bios for when I do eventually make my grand return, because yes, that's how this works. Where is this bitch? There you are. This is not a social link, but I'm gonna take her back to the entrance. I'm going to save my game yet again, and I'll catch you guys soon. Alright, I'm back. I have done some fusions. I'm gonna go ahead and grab this Elizabeth request real quick. I get some Topaz. I have done, like I said, I've done a handful of fusions, so here's my Persona stock. I've only got 5. Hopefully I don't run into an enemy that has, do I have an ice skill? I have an ice skill, fire, electric. I don't have electric. Hopefully that doesn't bite me in the butt, but it's fine, it's fine. We're gonna get back into this. I think I'm all good to go. I'm gonna swap, I guess, out for Akihiko just so that he does get that level up from the clock. I think I selected him when I got the clock. I don't know. It's been a day. No, like not like it's been a bad day. It's been a day. It's literally, it has been a day since I wrapped up that last recording session. I am back 24-ish hours later. That's what I mean by it, but it's been a day. Anyway, it has been a day, so I'm going to go ahead and get into the next Persona bios. Next up is Okuninushi. So, there's a lot of stuff on Okuninushi, and I feel like I would not be able to do it justice here, so I'm gonna do a quick TLDR for Okuninushi, but I would recommend looking up everything else, if that makes sense. So basically, Okuninushi won the hand of a princess, like in marriage, because he helped a god in need, but he died because the other gods were pissed about it, and then got resurrected, and then got killed again, and then got revived again, and at some point, like, during those many deaths, he met Susanoo in the underworld. Like, there's a lot of stuff going on here, and I am not an expert on Japanese mythology, so I feel like if you want to know more about Okuninushi, you should definitely look him up and do your own research. But I do know enough about him in-game that oh, we are on the border floor. That I can talk about him in-game. You get Getsu A in some full moon fights. Or you get Getsu A four full moon fights, so that's really helpful. It's always a good skill to have. You get Deathbound, which is heavy slash damage to all foes. You get Miragion, you get Agidyne. You've got good affinities, and just generally a good persona overall here, so would recommend picking up an Okuninushi if you can, utilizing him. It's always going to be a good time. I'm going to go ahead and Sylphid Aura here, and I will probably get into the next bios maybe mid-fight or after the fight. We're gonna find out. I always like not starting with the bios for these floor bosses just to make sure I'm at least somewhat cognizant, or everybody's just gonna get inflicted with an ailment. Diver for all allies. I have a Mipatra gem. I feel like now's the time to use that. Hopefully this doesn't just immediately do the same thing again. Don't do it. Okay, I can live with Marakukaja. It's nuke time. It's fine. I have a feeling that it's just the hands are gonna be the buffing and debuffing, and you're gonna be doing the damage. But you suck. You're trash. Do I want to heal? I'm gonna do the guessing game of affinities. Oh, that does no damage. I need to debuff you. I don't have any debuffing skills. Okay, it's okay. Akihiko's gonna clean up. So I think I am gonna go ahead and do the next bio. Next one is Shiki Oji. Shiki Oji. So this is more of like, I don't know, a personal note for Shiki Oji. I've always really liked it. I just think it looks cool. I don't know. I think it's a cool design. So I've always liked Shiki Oji. Why am I not theurging here? Anyway, some background. Shiki Oji is an extremely powerful spirit who can only be summoned by a master of yin and yang. Shiki Oji is used to ward off demons and thought to be very ferocious since it's similar to an Oni. And this is the reason why only masters could summon it, right? Because it's ferocious, it's similar to an Oni, so you don't want your little apprentice bringing it around. In-game, you've got really good affinities. You also get Null Fire and Evade Wind to get rid of one of your weaknesses, and then also maybe not get hit by one of them with the Evade Wind. You've got good strength. You get Dakaja and Mataru Kaja, which are both good. It's more of like a defensive slash support persona rather than an offensive one, which is not bad. I mean, it's good to have those, but yeah, that's Shiki Oji. I just like it because of its looks. Oh wow, Fuka's at exactly 0, but I need to heal. Next is Quetzalcoatl, which for whatever reason, this is one of the few things from like middle school social studies that I remember. So Quetzalcoatl is the Aztec god of sky, sun, air, and also learning. I don't know why that's thrown in there, but it is. Its name literally translates to bird serpent. And apparently Aztec rulers would rewrite history to better support them. So it's kind of hard to determine what is true about Quetzalcoatl and what isn't. But rulers, even those who would rewrite history, I guess especially those who would rewrite history, would take on Quetzalcoatl as a name. In-game, you tend to focus on Garu and Bufu skills, so you've got Garudyne and a Bufudyne. You get single target boost, which stacks really well with those. You get Ice Amp and Growth 3. You've got good affinities, you've got good magic, so even though it looks kind of odd, Quetzalcoatl is actually a really solid pick, especially for right now, right? You get single target boost and Ice Amp and Bufudyne. You don't really need much else. This thing is really missing Shinjiro, but I'm not going to complain. Anyway, next up, this is another DLC persona. This is Izanagi. Izanagi is one of the Japanese creation deities, one of the most, if not the most important. Izanagi was married to Izanami, and Izanami eventually died. But, do I have a better Bufu skill? I don't. Izanami eventually died, and he went to retrieve her from the underworld, but failed. Essentially, it was, he was supposed to save her, but not look at her until they exited the underworld. Kind of very similar to like an Orpheus story. And he basically crossed the threshold to leave the underworld, but she was still in, looked back, and it failed. He couldn't bring her out. So she ended up saying that she would kill 1,000 men every day, and Izanagi said, well, in exchange for that, I'm going to birth 1,500 men every day. The Izanagi and Izanami, I don't want to say lore, that's not really the right word, but like mythology around them is really, really, really important in Japanese mythology. So yes, those are two very, very, very important figures. In-game, Izanagi is a mixed attacker. You get a mix of physical slash skills as well as electric attacks. You get cross slash, which is an exclusive skill, which is medium slash damage to one foe 1 to 2 times. You also get Blade of Fury and Maraku and Mataru Kaja, which are both great to have. You get Soul Shift, which is when you shift to an ally, the ally recovers 5 SP. I can never remember what all the soul shift, I can't remember what the soul skills are ever called, so that's why I always write that little blurb at the end so I can remember what is what. But we have finished that a gatekeeper, and I guess Akihiko didn't get the level ups because he's only level 38, so I should definitely keep him in the party for a little bit. Good going, Yuki. Your directions were on point, and you managed to keep your cool against a tough opponent. Yeah, you bet I did. All right, Hotshot, I see we're in good hands. All right, time to move on. Stay sharp. And there should be some chest up ahead. We're getting closer and closer to our goal for this trip. I feel like it hasn't been too long. Granted, I still got the Monad Passage. I still have, what's it called? The fusions I have to do a lot of fusions this go around. I feel like it's been a while since we've done a Tartarus trip, but that's okay. You gotta knock these out when you can. There's a Monad door. I think I will go ahead and take this one on, just because I do have a more stable party comp, if you want to use, if that's the right word. A more suitable party composition, that might be the better word. Do the great clocks disappear if I leave? I don't think they do, but I guess if I don't see one, it doesn't really matter. What to talk about? I will whack this enemy and get into the next bio. Next one is Kurama Tengu. So Kurama Tengu is the most powerful of the Tengu, which I don't know why, but those words just sound weird when I say them all together. Kurama Tengu is the most powerful of the Tengu who lived on Mount Kurama in Kyoto. They were exceptional warriors. I guess they, whatever you want to call it. They were exceptional warriors and would bring good luck and can also fend off diseases. The king of the Tengu even taught Yoshitsune how to fight. And if you know anything about Persona, you know Yoshitsune is very, very, very strong. In-game, Kurama Tengu has really high agility, which is an interesting stat to focus on. Only damaging move is Cruel Attack, which is fine, I guess. You get Resist Electric at level 50, and you get Growth 1 and 2. For some reason, you get both of them, which is kind of a weird mix. Usually, Personas only get one or the other, but you just get a weird upgrade at some point for some reason. I guess it doesn't really matter. It's kind of an odd Persona in terms of skills. Like, you kind of get this weird mishmash of everything. But that's really all I have for, what is this? What is this guy? This is Kurama Tengu. I'm going to, Soul Drop, wait, there it is. All the drinks that I have. I'm gonna space these out a little bit so I don't lose all of them. I'm gonna restore Fuka's SP. There is a really funny meme that I've seen. I probably saw it on Reddit first. I need to sell Fedora. Where it's like you go into Tartarus and I forgot if it's Fuka or if it's Makoto, but they're basically just like dousing themselves in canned drinks because that's basically what it is. I'm gonna bloody charge here, and I've got a bunch of Theurgies charged up, so that's good for me. Just don't kill Shinjiro. Ah! It's fine, it's fine, it's fine, I hope so. Okay, I think I'll be okay. I think I'll be okay. I think I can, I think I can. I think you're a physical attacker. I'm gonna go with the Tarunda. If they have higher agility and higher defense, I can live with that, but if they kill me with the attack up, I can't really live there. And then I will hopefully get a Heat Razor on my own. Anyway, next Persona bio. This is White Rider. White Rider is one of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse and represents conquest and pestilence. Conquest and pestilence. There's conflicting opinions on the view of what conquest actually means. Like, on one hand, it's like evil or unlawful conquest, or on the other, it could be like divine conquest, like the spread of Christianity. It's unclear, but regardless, he does bring about civil wars and internal conflicts. In-game, you have a high strength stat. You've got Maega, you've got Arrow Rain and Poison Arrow. Both of those skills synergize really well with Pierce Boost, which it does get. You do end up getting... Reflect Dark and Block Light, which are both obviously nice to have. So White Rider, pretty good option. Would recommend taking a look at it if you want. But that is the last Persona on the bio list. We have made it all the way through, and I'm just trying to figure out what this thing is weak to. I guess the last thing, I did have an extra, what is it called? I did have another... Do you just reflect all physical skills? Okay, I guess slash damage is the way to go. Maybe I can get fear here or something. I did see another question pop up in the Discord in between the recording sessions. Please don't kill me. Oh, that's bad. Please, 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 please. Okay, I'm alive somehow. Jesus Christ. Okay, that was not the play. So Knack did eventually ask, what's your favorite game that came out this year? So here's the thing. I haven't actually played too many games that have come out this year, and which is a weird thing to say, because it has been a really, really, really good year for games in general, at least I feel like. Like, you've got Silksong, you've got Clair Obscur, you've got... what were some other really good games that came out this year? Oh, one game came out really recent. It wasn't Silksong. Hold on. We're gonna look these up. Games that released in 2025. I'm not paying attention to the game at all. I am probably gonna get myself killed at some point. So I'm gonna heal Makoto really quick. Let's see. Games that came out. So Clair Obscur, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 was, I heard, really good. Elden Ring Night Rain. What else? Doom the Dark Ages, Borderlands 4, or like Split Fiction. Like, a lot of things have come out this year that have been very, very, very well received, and I actually haven't played many of them. So the only games that I've played that have come out this year, at least so far, and I have the list in front of me because that's what I do for... at the end of every year, I make a video about ranking the games that I played this year, and so the only games that I have played that have come out this year are Xenoblade X Definitive Edition, Metal Gear Solid Delta, Monster Hunter Wilds, and Mario Kart World. So that's only that's only 4 games. I've only played 7 games this year, and 4 of them released this year. The other 4 are older titles, and of those of those 4 games that I have played that have come out this year, 2 of them are like remake re-releases. So like Xenoblade X DE is a re-release of a game that's like 10 years old, which I never got around to playing because I didn't have a Wii U, which is a tragedy. And then Metal Gear Solid Delta, which is a remake of Snake Eater, which is a PS2 game that came out like when did that come out? That came out like way, way, way long ago. Yeah, that's not how you spell Metal Gear Solid 3. When did Snake Eater come out? It came out in 2004, so that game is 21 years old. So, yeah, ironically, my favorite game this year has been Xenoblade X, and it came out in 2015. That is something that I do know off the top of my head. I know I talk about the Xenoblade series a lot on this channel, I guess, which is awkward because I have not played it on this channel yet, but if you've not played Xenoblade X, it is the best open world that I have ever played, and it is really fantastic. There's barely any, like, main story to it, but there's, like, dozens and dozens of quest lines that not only, like, expand upon the different characters, but they also interlock with each other. It's a really cool game. The combat system is awesome. Movement is fantastic. If you have not played Xenoblade X, I'd really, 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 really recommend it. And I'm hoping they do like an update for Switch 2 to, I don't know, maybe mess around with the render distance a little bit and smooth things out. Not to say that the game looks bad, because it really, really doesn't. But I think it would be cool to maybe get it at a higher resolution or lock it at 60 FPS, kind of all those just normal things, I guess. But yes, Xenoblade X is, for me, Xenoblade X DE, even though it came out in March, it is my personal favorite game of the year. I still have so many games I want to play and haven't gotten around to. I have really enjoyed Monster Hunter Wilds. I know some people weren't a big fan of it for a variety of reasons, and I can understand some of those to an extent, but I still really enjoyed it. But yes, I don't play a ton of games. I know. Oh, who is the commenter? John Metaphor, I think that's his name. He's got the profile picture of Louise and Will. That's the only thing I know. But I know you're weak to electric, aren't you? Sure. I know John Metaphor plays a lot of games because he leaves comments every day. Fantastic, you blocked that. Because he leaves comments every day and he's just like, I played another game, I played another game, I played another game, and I'm just like, how? Where do you find time for all of this? But yeah, I don't play much, and I think a lot of that does come down to me recording for this series. You know, I do love recording these episodes, but it does significantly reduce the amount of games that I can play because, you know, you think about it, you're like, oh, you know, it's only a 70-hour game. Only a 70-hour game. But you also have to do that while also, like, editing stuff. And, you have to do it while editing stuff. And editing, at least for me, takes roughly the same amount of time as, like, recording the episodes. Obviously, that's not 100% true, because, like, it's not going to take me, like, 2 hours to edit a Tartarus episode, but, like, for the normal days, yeah, it probably takes me 10 to 15 minutes in between, like, editing it and then also making the thumbnail, which the thumbnails don't take long because I just have what is it called? Not a format, like a template. I have a template for all of them, which makes it easy for me, but it's still like, I still have to do it, and then also uploading it to YouTube and filling out all the stuff that goes with that, because there's a lot of stuff I do have to fill out on my end for things to get published. Yeah, that shit takes a while. And it is unfortunate because there are a bunch of games I still really want to play. I still need to play the Final Fantasy VII Remake. I still want to play Armored Core 6. It's probably a good idea for me to play Clair Obscur. That's a game I really want to try out, while also, you know, playing Smash with my friend and getting through the Monster Hunter updates. I'm super excited for the next Monster Hunter update. I think it's out on Monday. They added an enemy from Final Fantasy 14, I think. I don't really care about the Final Fantasy 14 all that much, but I just like Monster Hunter. And then they announced Gogmazios as the next monster, which I haven't faced yet because I never played 4. I'm super excited for that because that seems like a cool fight. basically a dragon covered in tar. I'm super excited for that. But yeah, just this is one thing about if I did YouTube full time, it would be a little concerning for me because like if I did it full time, I would be worried that gaming would become less of a hobby and more of a chore to do, which I don't want to do, but it is always an unfortunate side effect of a hobby. Can I fucking hit something? Of your hobby becoming a job. But yes, this has been a very, very good year for games, and I am interested to see what wins Game of the Year, because I know it's not going to be any of the games that I've played, and surprisingly, that doesn't really bother me all that much. But, like, it's going to be a dogfight. I'm really excited for Metroid Prime 4. I know that's not going to win it, because the games that I enjoy are generally just too niche for the most part, and it's weird that Persona is even still, like, a niche franchise, because it is, in all honesty, like, comparatively speaking, it is a very, very massive franchise. You know, when your game sells millions of copies, it's a pretty big deal. You know, if you sell a copy for $60, you sell 1 million copies, it's $60 million in revenue. And, you know, I know that games are really expensive to make, and I'm not trying to diminish the cost and the time and the effort and all that goes into making these things, but, like, you know, games as a product, I guess, as a product is really big, which is cool, and you love to see it, but also at the same time, there's only so much to go around. Like, you only have so much money, you only have so much free time, you can't play everything. Which, as much as I would love to do this as a full-time job and just be able to review games, I can't. But that's okay. Like I said, I don't do this for the money or to eventually do this full-time, because I just like doing what I do, and I like doing what makes me me. And I didn't get advantage there, which sucks. I am a little worried about potentially missing something. And then, do I have a multi-target slash skill? Yes, I have narrow slash. I don't want to die right here. And I could have sworn it told me to go to floor 140. But did I just, like, miss it somewhere along the way? Maybe I read it wrong? Maybe it's like 150 or something? I don't know. Deathbound is fine, I guess. Let me double check this, because I thought it said 140. And I thought I was, like, running out of time to do stuff. But maybe I'm just misremembering, or maybe I'm just dumb, or maybe it was because it's been a day that I don't remember. Okay. Is it 145? Maybe that's what I was thinking. But it's okay. I am not super worried about this. I feel like I'm vibing. I feel like I'm having a good time. And that's really all that matters when I do these episodes. Like I said, if you do want to do YouTube, that's what I would recommend. Floor 144. Okay, so I am almost there. That's what I would recommend. You know, if you do want to do this full time, that's great, but you are going to have to sacrifice some things to do that, right? You're going to have to cater to your audience a little bit, and I don't want to do that. I know this sounds selfish, but I just don't. Oh, that's a nice card to get. You know, it's...
Went off without a hitch.
I guess when you do... I don't know I don't know how old you guys are, but for me, you do realize when you get older that, like, you're never going to 100% enjoy your job. Like, I would say, generally speaking, I like my job, but I don't love it, and I don't enjoy it every single day. But I don't hate it, I guess. Like, there are things about it that I would change, but that doesn't mean that... You're never gonna love every aspect of your job. That's the best way to put it. And I feel like when people say, what's your dream job? It kind of comes with the connotation of, like, you're gonna love it all the time, and you're never gonna love everything all the time, whether it's your job, or hobby, or a loved one, or your house, or whatever. And I feel like we don't recognize that enough. Like, it's okay to not enjoy things all the time. Like, I did sports and music. I still do sports and music for my whole life, and there are times when I don't want to go work out. I don't want to practice, and that's okay. It is okay to feel those things. While everyone has different conditions for activating Theurgy, understanding each person's quirks should make it easier to prepare for those times of need. Okay, we already knew that. I think sometimes we fail to recognize that, hey, sometimes things are gonna suck, but that's okay. You know, I think it's just the natural ebb and flow of things. Like, there's some times where I'm just like, wow, I don't want to record today, or wow, I don't want to write the script for this random video that I'm making, and yet I still continue to do it anyway, because at the end of the day, overall, we do enjoy, I say we, I do enjoy doing this type of stuff, and I think that's kind of what you have to keep in mind, is you've got to take the good and the bad, and you have to think to yourself, hey, can I tolerate the bad enough to still get to the good parts? And again, that's with everything, whether it's your job, or your loved ones, or whoever. You have to tolerate the bad enough to get to the good parts. And for me, for this, at least for now, I tolerate the bad parts enough to get to the good parts. And I assume that there's gonna be a day when I don't like the bad parts, and I don't like the good parts enough, and I will stop doing this, and that's okay. And I know that, like, there's been, less so recently, but I remember within the past year or so, there was kind of like this flood of that older generation of YouTubers who kind of retired and went away from the platform, and you know what? That's okay. Like, why is it so weird for a YouTuber to change jobs, but it's normal for somebody else to change careers? Like, if YouTube is your job, it's your job. And why does you being in the public eye or making content for people affect, like, how people judge your career choices? I don't know. I thought that was odd. Like, it's totally okay for somebody to just be like, yeah, I think I'm done with this, and move on. But if you're a YouTuber, it's like a whole big deal. I don't know. It's just some thoughts. I've thought about this quite a bit, of just, if I could do this full time, but also, I don't want to say like sell my soul, but like lose myself in the process, would I? Because I think this would be a really fun job. I would be my own boss, but also at the same time being at the whim of everybody. And I feel like I've talked about this in this episode, and I know I have, because that was one of the Discord questions, but it felt like it was relevant again. I don't know. With these, I kind of just, it is just kind of like a stream of consciousness type of thing, where I do talk about whatever just comes to mind, and hopefully, oh, this is a very large floor. Okay. I'll go grab those chests, and then because we got the Manad door, I will be able to see the next floor, which will get us to the border floor, I think. I think it said 144. But that stream of consciousness thing is a little weird, because you do have to think fast enough, if that makes sense. You have to think fast enough and be able to jump from one topic to the next to be able to keep things interesting and engaging for, like, you know, 3-hour episode or whatever it is. And of course, there are going to be times like lulls in the commentary, which, just like with your job, you have to take the good with the bad. Hopefully I don't make this absolutely miserable for all of you, where I'm just going, because I remember there was a time I was in 6th grade, and in 6th grade, in my math class, we had to give presentations on a famous, like, mathematician or scientist, and I think we got assigned them, so we couldn't pick them. And I remember one of my classmates, we had to make a poster, like some type of visual aid to go along with it. And obviously, we're in 6th grade. We're like 11 years old. So, like, I understand why she was like this, but at the time I was just like, girl, you are talking to the poster and you're saying and uhs for half the time. And I guess, okay. It didn't matter that I could see the next floor, because we ended up on a gatekeeper. But you do this is going back to what I was saying before. You do have to be able to think fast enough to switch topics, just kind of off your head and, I guess, ramble on your own. And that reminds me of a time, see how I'm switching topics? One of my, probably my favorite, one of my favorite high school teachers, if not my favorite. He was an English teacher, and I fucking hated English. I was great at writing and grammar, but like reading fiction just I couldn't process it. I was terrible with similes and metaphors and symbolism and all that stuff. I could not understand it when it was in word form. If it's a game, or if it's a movie, or if it's music or some shit, I'm great at it. I cannot do it when it's in a book. But he was also the speech coach? Is that the right word? Teacher? He was the speech guy. He handled all the speech team stuff. And he talked about this kid. Wow, that did like no damage. Are you somebody who's like weak to poison? I don't remember. But he talked about this guy who, I don't think he went to my school, but he was from another school, who one of like the speech like categories was, I don't want to say it was like improv, but it was basically you're given a topic to talk about and you have to talk about it for like 5 minutes. So you don't know what the topic is going to be. And he talked about how this kid could just like without fail relate everything to like everything would always go back to like the Greek phalanx. And I think it was something to do with, it was something similar to that, which is a really weird and off topic and you know, whatever, but I don't know why I always remember that. I've got so much oh shit, you concentrate. I have so much random shit shoved into my head, and none of it is like at all relevant to real life stuff. Like I've got all of this stupid information about Persona and Zelda and Xenoblade shoved into my head, but when I have to remember like my cousin's first name, my brain goes unga bunga gigantic fist. Like why? Why is my brain the way? Why does my brain like this? I need brain. Why is it? Okay, I don't have this. I'm just gonna keep using physical skills, I guess. I don't know. I don't know why my brain's like this, but my brain's like this. Are you next? You are. Fish for crits? Nope. Mabufula. I think I'm okay here. Oh, yeah. We're good. Well, this is why you use Shinjiro, because bloody charge with everything is freaking busted. But that is no shadows detected. We got a pentagram stone. We can now fuse Dekarabia, the pentacle demon. We're level 49. White Rider goes up to level 50. Get all this good stuff. And Rita drop. I'm going to get rid of Poison Mist. I'd rather have the high chance for one target. We get Mazionga on Akihiko, and that's it. Nice work. These Gatekeeper guys are super tough, huh? Maybe time to call it a day. What do you think? Do you want to head back? Because we're about to hit the border floor. Oh, no, that's not what I meant. I'm not tired. I just figured this might be a good stopping point. But I'm sure you've got this expedition all planned out, so it's your call. I mean, me and my meat cleaver are ready to take on the Monad Passage. Although it's not activated. Since the layout of the floor doesn't change, it likely won't disappear. I'm going to go grab this stuff before we go over there. Precious Egg, Twilight Fragment Chest, we get Otagine. I know that's for a request, so I am probably gonna go back and grab that real quick. Tuxedo. Let's go up here. We can also grab the old document. That'll give us a bunch of yen. Dead end. What is this gonna say this time? Old document 6. So, I was right after all. These shadows didn't just come from anywhere. They're born from humans themselves. If my theory is correct, collecting shadows would mean... Ooh, what would it mean? What would it mean? I'm gonna go grab those requests, and then... Yeah, I've got enough SP, more than enough SP to take on this Monad Passage. Otagine, Quadi Nihil, 6 documents, get some yen, and we are looking good on requests so far. You'll love to see it. And I'm gonna go ahead and save. There's really no reason not to save when you're at the entrance. I mean, I guess if you're trying to cut down on the number of times you save for whatever reason, I don't know why you would, but I guess if you're recording and you don't want to potentially mess something up, can I just go it from here? I can enter Monad, so let's do that. Oh, do we need to activate it? It's been, yeah, the Devil Terror is reacting. It's been so long since I've done one of these. So let us head in. These are always tricky, and I remember when I first played this game, I got just absolutely eviscerated by these Monad passages. I mean, I think I did the first one and just immediately got my entire party one-shot by the first enemy, and I was like, okay, this is a problem for future Oro, and I need to do this stupid stuff. SP items. That should be plenty. And I was like, this is I didn't even Sylphid Aura. No. I was like, this is a problem for future Oro, and then I didn't do it until like 4 Tartarus blocks later, and just breezed through all of them. I felt like an idiot. But I've got a cracked party right now, so that's all that matters. Arrow Rain? Maybe get a crit? No, you get a block though. That's fantastic. Well, what else has been happening? So and I feel like I've talked about my fitness journey for a while now, but my fitness journey has extended to swimming, in the mornings now. Do I have something for all allies? I don't. Really? And I can't shift. Shit. I will dispoison. Anyway, my fitness journey has expanded to swimming and lifting. I have joined a gym. I am a gym goer now. Wow, holy poison. Okay. Does Meat Proctor work for that? It doesn't. I know Amrita Drop does, but I don't want to use it. Yeah, I swam in college, so this just made sense. When I was running and things were starting to hurt that shouldn't be hurting, like joints and stuff, I was like, I should probably find some stuff that helps to strengthen my body, because my body is not strong and I'm falling apart. But it's all good. It's all good, I hope, I think. Please. But it's been good to get back into things. I want to feel better. Who's next? You're next. Are you weak to anything? Maybe? I don't know. I'm kind of scared. I don't know what this is gonna do. But I don't know. I want to get back to when I felt my best. And I know that kind of sounds odd, but when I felt the best about myself, I was really in shape, and I don't really feel that anymore, which sucks, and I want to change that, so that's why I'm taking steps. And I would recommend you guys all do the same, because when you feel fit, like, it's just everything feels better. You have more, like, I feel like I have more energy. I feel like I don't need to sleep as much, which is odd considering I'm working out a lot more. But like my sleep, I need less of it while also simultaneously sleeping better. Again, that's a weird combination of like, I don't need as much sleep, but also I sleep better at night. Like it's a more continuous sleep. So, I don't know. Why did I do that? You block. It's fine. I feel like I'm in good shape so far. What else has really happened? Oh, I have good stories. Okay. You fucking reflect that. You have my card. I'm an idiot. This is going well while I'm trying to talk. So, I was on a run earlier this week, and this guy, like, we were running towards each other, and I was probably like 200 meters out from him, and I could just tell, like, this guy was having a bad day. He was struggling. You can just tell sometimes when you're looking at somebody, but I start running past him. He stops and he goes, he's like, "Excuse me, sir." I was like, "Hi." I was like, "What's up?" And he goes, "Hey, can you tell me how to get back to insert high school name here?" I was like, "Buddy, you're like 3 miles away and you're facing the wrong direction." And his eyes just got really big, just like oh shit, what have I done? And keep in mind, at this point, it was like 5:30 at night, and that school gets out at like 3:30 in the afternoon. So I was just like, how long have you been running, dude? So I was like, come on, like, I'll take it back. You know, if he had like collapsed or something trying to find his way back because of the directions I gave him or something, I'd feel awful. Right? I don't want to see high school boy collapses because weirdo gives him bad direction or some shit. I was like, come on, we've all been there, because I've definitely gotten lost on a run before, and it's a terrible feeling. So I took him back, and the fastest way to get back there was kind of on a bike path, and we're running, and we're getting close. We're probably we were probably like 3/4 of a mile to a mile away from the school at this point, and we see a guy on a bike coming towards us, and he goes, "I think that's one of my coaches." And the coach goes, "Where have you been?" I was like, homeboy got lost. I felt so bad for him. I was like, oh, buddy, we've been there. It's okay. Because that's 100 SP, Jesus. Because at one point I worked in this really, really, really super rural area. And I was like, I'm going to go on a run. I'll like go by the farms or whatever, and I just got completely turned around because it's all farmland, it's all completely flat, it all looks exactly the same. I was just like, I'm 100% lost. I have no idea where to go. And I like flagged down this car. I was like, can you please tell me how to get back to the city or the town, I guess? And she's like, it's about 2 miles in the other direction. And I was like, at this point I had time in between some work stuff, so I went for a run, and I left, and I had been running for like 45 minutes at this point, and in about an hour I had a meeting, and obviously I had to like shower and shit. I didn't want to look miserable. And she's like, keep in mind, this was like a few years after COVID, probably like, I'm gonna continue. This is probably 2022, I think. So like right after, a year or two after COVID. And she's like, I'd offer to give you a ride, but like I don't think that's okay anymore. I was like, lady, oh, we got a memoir. A being interfered with time and space named a shadow. We researched a time manipulation device with its power. My first grandchild, Mitsuru, comes to mind. And what will become of the Kirija group once I die? Ooh, spooky. We get bicolor shorts. But anyway, she's like, I'd offer to give you a ride, but like I don't think that's okay anymore. I was like, lady, at this point, I'd rather you just axe murder me than me have to run through farms for much longer. So I hopped in, she gave me a ride. Fortunately, she was also going in that direction. So she gave me a ride back into town, and I ran a little bit of the way back to my apartment at the time. But yeah, it's been interesting. Sometimes you just get lost on runs. That is also part of it. Like, if you're in an area that you don't know super well, if you get lost, you're just screwed because you don't know where to go. Fortunately, when you run in areas, you tend to, like, since I've been running in my area, and I've been doing this for a few years, so I really know it. Like, I know the streets way more than normal because like I'm out and about and doing things and figuring out where things are. So it's a good way to kind of get your bearings straight whenever you're in a new area. I guess at this point I've been living here for, I think this will be this is like the start of my 4th year living here, which is cool to think about. It has been a good experience here. I've enjoyed it. I won't tell you where I live because that's weird. That's creepy, and I also don't want people figuring out where I live because that's creepy and weird. But I enjoy it here. I have been looking at houses, even though I am a single dude with not the highest paying job, but I feel like I make a decent amount. But okay, well, we're done with this. We're done with this fight. But I do wish that houses were a little cheaper here. I feel like that's everywhere in general. Houses is just stupid expensive. But we are all done. The shadow with the feminine figure showed us no mercy, though. It kind of reminded me of me. Never mind. I value my life too much to say anymore. It looks as though we defeated all the shadows. So that's the end of the Monad passage. That was relatively painless for the most part. I feel like that first one was... Did he just, like, teleport over? That looked weird. Anyway, I don't get the big deal about these, but you're gonna open that before we leave, right? Yes! Why did he do that? I'm not crazy, okay? We got the Tower of Tarot and the Book of Peh. Tower of Tarot, Tower, and the Book of Peh. The number of major arcana cards has increased by 1. Well, all I need is the opportunity to fight strong opponents. The experience I gain is reward enough for me. But that is really all for this Tartarus trip. I obviously need to do fusion stuff. Okay, well, you don't have anything? No requests?
Are you accepting a
Okay,
request?
well, I'll deal with all the fusion stuff, and if anything interesting happens, I'll cut to it, but I will see you guys in a while. Alright, I have been in the Velvet Room for a while. I have blown basically all my money. You say I have around 5,000 yen. I'm at 57% completion on the compendium. I have fused every persona up to level 50, and then I got a few above that just happen to go over because of the XP bonus. So I've done that. I have to claim a few rewards for some of the Elizabeth requests, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, is there something I can assist you with? Yes.
Accepting a request?
I got the Titania one. This is just having a Titania with Motaro Kaja. You can get this however you want. This completes. Wife of Oberon. In other words, her power is irrefutable. I am sure she will be a great boon. And we get male uniforms. S. I'm assuming that means summer. Ah, Siegfried is next. Siegfried is next. Oh, that's a good one. Okay, I shouldn't be able to do any of these yet. Siegfried is very high level. Gekko-kan, that's just a in the real world. Daytime, that's what you want to call it, thing. Here is my persona list. So, before you go, you do need to make sure you have a Lover's, Strength, Justice, Hierophant, Priestess, Temperance, Fortune, Tower, Star, and Moon persona. And then I have this Hecaton Kairis and Kurama Tengu. Those are just left over from fusion stuff. Here is what everybody looks like in case you wanted to take a quick look and pause whenever you want. Some of these are just old ones that I needed, like this Neko Shogun for the Arcana. But I think I am all ready. You are going to want to make sure you have 150,000 yen after selling all of your items. You can see here I have this sumptuous coin. These are from the Golden Hands. I've got 12 of them, which is a lot. They sell for 11,000 each. So I've already got, I did the math, it was 130,000-ish just from those. You're also going to get 100,000 yen bonus from saving somebody tomorrow. So that should help fill you out. So I'm going to go ahead and save. I think I am all good. And if you don't see me after the screen goes black, you will know that it all worked out. Actually, I did save, right? I did save, right? We're all good? Because that was 2.5 hours for 1 day. Yes, we are good. I'm gonna go back. I think I'm good. And hopefully, I will see you guys tomorrow.